Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex Competitive back in today with a brand new video, as always, down titled below. Be the topic we're talking about today. So, episode 4 of season 3 of Overlord. So, I gotta say, this show's fights are, I was really watching some videos, and some YouTubers were right. The fights are really similar in a lot of, ways, and so on and so forth. And I gotta say, the OP-ness of Ains Gown, our main character of the show, I do got to go out and just straight up say this, fight scenes and so on and so forth, like the one that we saw with Goo, Lord Goo, the troll of this episode. Really, at the end of the day, they're safe through dialogue. They are, because the way Ains approaches these different kind of fights and how he approaches his fights in general, the way he speaks and the way he goes about them are always cool and fun to see. It's almost as if you're watching kind of a stage play, per se, in a way, except in anime form, which is totally different. But I do gotta go out and say I really like that. There's just like this, the way they go about it, there's just uniqueness to it, right? There's this like one of a kind kind of way they go about it. And I mean, there's other shows that have really cool dialogue, like, in their fights, like Gintama, except Gintama doesn't have, dual fights. Gintama goes hard with his fights, most of the time. So, but, I'm referring to just the dialogue of the show. It's really cool how they really just go about that. So, I just really want to throw that out there and, see what your guys' thoughts, and I'd love to know what you guys have to say about that down in the comments below. So, Beta actually gets a wake-up call today from Ains, and Ains just straight up says, hey, Carney Village is valuable. Like, what the hell? Why haven't you been reporting to me? So, we see that the sadistic side of Beta kind of gets called out a little bit, and it's kind of like, hey, are you dumb? What are you doing? Like, that's valuable to me. That is valuable to me. Like, seriously, what are you doing? You can't just let that just burn up. So now she knows that she has to protect Nefer and Inri, those two people that Ains, one, he has a connection with, and two, I'm pretty sure Ains just kind of likes him a little bit, honestly, because I mean, I think he just kind of likes him a little bit. I'm sure some people are like, nah. But I don't know. I just get this weird impression that he likes him a little bit, And we know that, his emotions and stuff like that really kind of gotten turned off a little bit ever since he became, Lord Manga and or Lord Ains. But, yeah, I don't know. That's just my, personal impression of it. But Beta now has to protect those. So Beta could very easily get both of what she wants. She could see some of the people die. She could let some of the people die. The only two people that matter are Inri and, Nefer. But at the same time, you got to put into perspective that if everyone's gone, then where are they going to live? If everyone's dead. So she has to protect she needs to protect the village as a whole, in a way, at least 90% of it, because if there is no people there, then Lord Ains, they're going to have to do what Lord Ains didn't really want, kind of like say, hey, you're coming to the Zark with me, and you're kind of going to live like a slave life almost, right? But, Lord Ains even said, I didn't want that because it's more efficient for him to be doing something, happily doing something than being forced to do something, per se. Even if it is something, he loves. There's a difference between forcing someone to do something they love and letting them freely do it. So, that that's really what he's getting at in that scene. I don't know if anyone's kind of thrown off by that, but that's really essentially what's going on there. But, I don't know. Beta just got a wake-up call like, hey, you need to double check with me, and you just did the number one thing you don't do in a large organization, not communicate. So that's something that's pretty cool to see as well. But staying on the Infer thing, or I don't know how do you pronounce his name, Inferia? I don't even know. Infer, that's what we're calling him, Infer. But so basically he's trying to make a potion that can never die out. It never spoils, and that's how he states it. So whenever you think about that, that's very, very, very valuable, because if you have a potion that never spoils, you can have unlimited potions, as long as they keep getting made, as long as they keep getting supplied, and it never spoils. So therefore, you're always going to have something to heal yourself with, and especially in a long, dragged out fight, that's something that can really, be valuable, So that's something that's pretty cool to see, and I'm wanting to know more about the, dive even more into the red potions. I know we have dove into them in the past, like season 1, but I'd like to see just a little bit more on, like, Infer's potions specifically, not necessarily, the red potion that Ains has, because he's always giving us that description. It heals a lot and it doesn't spoil, but they need a better way to supply that. So if someone can supply that manually without, really trying to have to find them or making, you can make a very rare item just turn into like a common item, So that's crazy. In the world of video games, that's absolutely nutty if you can make a rare item and or like a legendary item become a common item. So that's something that's that's huge, you know, in terms of MMORPG guys in general. Like, you guys will understand that the most. So that's pretty cool to see, and I'm really wondering where that's gonna go when it's all said and done. But yeah, what did you guys think about Ains being so ruthless with the ogre? I like how he's just like making mincemeat out of him. He just kind of kept healing, which I'm pretty sure they killed him at the end. He killed him, right? Yeah, he just said magic, you're gone, because the other guy had a troll. I think I'm not really sure if he's dead or not, but I'm pretty sure he just killed all the ogres. Said, away with you, you're wasting my time. There wasn't much info given. Fifth tier spell, they all passed out, so I'm assuming they're all just dead. So he didn't want to deal with them because the other guy had a troll too, so it's all good in the hood. So I just said good in the hood while talking about oh god, Overlord. So on to the next subject. But at the same time, I did find it cool to see that you know, the reason for Hamasuki and the other demon warrior thing he had, he wanted to see if it's possible to make these people warrior class. He wanted to see if it's possible to make them as strong as, like, you know, get them up to like guardian level-esque, you know what I mean? So, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's warrior class, if I am correct. I think that's warrior class. I think the Guardians, you know, you guys can correct me. I'm pretty sure the Guardians are warrior class. Don't 100% quote me, but I'm pretty sure. You guys can correct me down in the comments below. But that's something that's crucial, you know, just increasing their power levels and making them actually something. If they're half as strong, you know, if they're on like the maids level, which, I mean, you know, it's really weird because we know the Guardians are the strongest, but you know, it's crazy to think because people even on the maids level, the strongest people in the kingdom was a Rantel, they couldn't even take out the maids. They could, you know, the castle, the people from the castle, the Blue Rose could barely take out the lowest level tier demons. Like, they took out quite a few, but after they took out like 8 or so, like the leader of the Blue Rose, even she was about to meet her demise. She got saved, I'm pretty sure, in season 2 at the end. You know, she took out who knows how many, but I mean, the amount that she took out was probably the equivalent to maybe one maid, if that, and probably not even that. I mean, we got to see that one girl go up against the maids, and the maids were really just essentially toying with her. They weren't even going all out because they were told not to kill. So, I mean, when we look at that, if he can increase Hamasuki to someone that's half as strong as a maid per se, that would be absolutely insane. Nazar could be on a whole nother level. So other than that, though, hopping into our last, you know, topic here. So Ains is actually going to be inviting someone over. I wonder who that's going to be. Maybe it's Infer and Enri. I don't know. I'm not sure who they're inviting over. I would not think it's not the snake guy. The snake guy's supposed to be going to the forest. So we know it's not him. We know for a fact that it's not that dude. So I'm wondering who the heck it is. I'm wondering who's gonna invite over. I would assume it's gonna be Infree and Enri, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys once again in the comments. No spoilers. But I am excited to see that him invite them over, only because I want to see their character interactions. I want to see how they interact with one another. I want to see, you know, how they interact with everybody in the castle. I want to see how the people in the Zark interact, the demons interact with that person, how they feel about Albedo, Demerge, the maids. I want to see how all of them interact. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be really interesting to just see that on screen. It's really cool to see someone not part of Nazarick in Nazarick. I mean, shit. Once again, I'm still wondering who they're going to invite. I still believe it's going to be Enri and Infree. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who else they're going to invite. But at the same time, I would say no, it's not going to be them, because I guess we really do got to put in perspective. Carney is about to be under attack, because Beta at the end of the episode did ask, can I go into battle mode? Can I fight these guys? I am really excited to see her fight, because she has that weird weapon scythe on her back. I'm pretty sure it's a weird scythe-esque weapon. And I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see her go to town with that thing. And maybe it's not weird looking. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But if I remember correctly, it's like a odd looking, scythe kind of thing. And I'm ready to see her go to battle. I want to see. I've seen Nabi fight. I want to see another maid fight. So, and I got to go out on a limb here and say Overlord's just really good. And it's because you can take a character like one of those ogre dudes. I can't remember his name. You make a character that's not even a support character, I would say. Technically he is, but not really. Like, this is probably the only time he's going to get. But you make a character that's nothing go and turn into at least somebody. You make him turn into at least an average Joe in terms of a support character. You make him at least a support character, even though he's really just a stopgap character. He's just here for this small arc. He's not truly a support character, even really. Given technically, yes, he is, guys. I get that. But the ogre guys aren't. But yet you give them a personality, and you give them. I guess I don't want to say. in-depth kind of attachment to the audience, no. But I mean, maybe in a little way, maybe in the slightest. But you know, the goofiness, the way he acts, his dialogue in which he speaks is important, and it's not just there to be talking. It's there to give him a personality. It's there to give him a persona that we can understand as an audience, and that's something that we don't get from a lot of shows. Sebas, he is not a main character. No, he was the main character of season 2. Absolutely, he was the main character of season 2, but he's not a main character. He's a support character. But yet you gave him, you know, you've given us the personality, given us his personality. You've gone in depth, kind of you know, of who he is. You gave us his characterization to kind of explain why he is who he is a little bit, and you've made him go from a support character to have the personality and or the attachment from an audience that we should only have the attachment of to a main character. And that's something that they do with a lot of characters, you know. Nabi is there. Nabi we didn't go into too much. Nabi is just kind of a support character. She never went above that. But I mean, even our enemies, you know, even the people at the castle, you given them, you know, like whenever the insect girl was fighting the one that could like created magic, insect magic, she was a character that we did not have an attachment to, you know, the girl with the mask. So that's cool to see. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there, see what your guys' thoughts are. But as always, guys, you guys have been hexed. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.